Captain Alade?
Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Hey, this is Captain Delancy. What I'm hearing from you, sir, is that you're refusing to do the evaluation?
I'm not refusing to do the evaluation. What I was just telling Captain Kuhn is that I have been run out of town. She indicated that she sends an email that has an attachment thereon that I'm supposed to sign and send back to her to kind of like go ahead with setting up the appointment. And I'm telling her that I do not have access to the email, and the reason why I do not have access to the email is because the St. Louis Police Department literally broke into my house when I was in St. Louis. They damaged a lot of things, broke my door, broke the bed, and they confiscated literally all of my laptops, my router, my modem, everything. My in-laws that were at home during the time that they came in were traumatized because they drew guns on them, and it has been one traumatic event from another since being in St. Louis. So practically, for all practical purposes, I was run out of town because of my safety, the safety of my family, and every other person. I have left town, and they still have my personal property, four of my laptops, my router, my modem, and almost every other electronic device that I have.
I'm very sorry to hear that, sir.
I appreciate that you're saying that, and in all honesty, all I was just telling Captain Coons is that in a way, I fully understand their rules, I fully understand that there are regulations, I fully understand what is going on, but I'm just having a hard time understanding why I have been, in a way, insistent. That, in a way, I would really like to leave the state, I would really like to leave the place. I just find it so hard that, there can be a question as to my sanity or as to my mental competence when a hospital...
I understand what you're saying. The bottom line is, I explained it before, this was a safety issue that we had to do. Now, there's only one or two options. Either you go, or I have to put you down as a no-show, which will show up as you refusing to go. There's no other option. There is no other option here, and I'm going to do is...
If I might tell you, I am no longer in St. Louis. I just told you that my life is in danger in St. Louis.
I understand that, sir, and I really, really feel bad for you, but what I'm going to do is I think at this point, I think the Army Reserves is not a place for you. I think that you have a lot of other concerns that you got to tend to, a lot of family issues, and to say your life is the most important thing. So for the welfare of your safety, I think what we need to do is just proceed with discharging from any obligations of the military at all. Therefore, you have no other obligation, and therefore I will release you from the Army Reserves because you don't have a license anyway, so you no longer qualify.
I do have a license. I am a fully licensed physician. I'm a fully licensed physician.
Not as a psychiatrist, which is what we were bringing you on as.
Yes, I understand that. And however, like I indicated, I never said I wasn't going to show up for the evaluation. All I'm just telling you is what I've been saying from the very beginning. There are forces at work, and I've just told you about my house being broken into with guns drawn, and my property being...
Are you thinking somebody from the school did that?
I'm not saying anybody from the school did anything. All I'm just saying is that, ever since Barnes Jewish Hospital said I was a terrorist, said I was insane, they took me to jail for 2 days. I got out of jail, went through the court system. When my lawyer told them to come and be deposed, they quit. The criminal case was thrown out with prejudice. My criminal record was expunged. They reported me as a terrorist to the FBI. Based on the reports I got from the FBI, they did their full investigation. They couldn't find anything to substantiate their claims. I have never had any issues or problems with the law until all these things came up. It is a lot. And the point I'm just trying to say is that, so in a way, I never said, I've said from the get-go, I'm willing to go ahead with any form of mental eval. only requested that it not be carried out in the States. Now it came back to me. I have to do it in the States, XYZ. I understand. I said, okay, no problem. But then when the police now again, unprovoked, broke into my house with nothing. The warrant.
The police came into your house?
That is what I'm saying. It was the police that broke into my house.
You were there?
Yes, I was there. Yes, I saw them. They broke into my house. They were the ones who took all.
They didn't have a warrant?
Well, they had a warrant which wasn't signed by the judge. There was no affidavit. There was no.
Have you called internal investigation at the police?
Nobody have an idea where my laptop is. The circuit attorney had no idea what is going on. The police, when we called them, they had no idea where my laptops are. We were told.
But did they say they came to your house? So they did come to your house?
Yes, they did. They brought a warrant. Like I said, the warrant wasn't signed by a judge. It was signed by a court clerk. There was nothing to support or substantiate it. And I'll be upfront with you, ma'am. They said that someone was downloading child pornography, and I said that is impossible. He said, oh yeah, we have this, we got about this and that. I have, in addition to being a physician, I have a master's degree in computer science, and also have a very strong background in mathematics. And I'm like, well, it is not possible in any of my laptops that these things should be going on. And I will know. And if somebody has been, what they said is that somebody has been downloading child porn since October of last year. And I'm like, if somebody's been downloading child porn since October continuously, I would like to know where it is being stored. And they confiscated everything. And it's been a matter of weeks now, and I haven't gotten anything back. It is based on those things. Like I said, this issue with the law coming up all of a sudden when I have an issue with the hospital that prompted me to leave.
Okay, so you are currently no longer in Missouri.
I have found I am renting a place in Maryland. I have signed a lease. And if you want, I can send you all the information about the breaking in. We are demanding my laptop back. Nobody being able to get anything. Can
you just forward Kathleen Coons your current address?
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Like I said, in terms of they have all of my laptops. Can
you just forward in the email? That's what I need you to do. Forward the fact that you're no longer in Missouri.
Okay.
And forward us your current address in Maryland.
Okay.
And at that point, I am going to proceed with looking at discharging you from the Army Reserve. I know for a fact there's too many things going on in your life right now for you to be worried about the Army Reserve. So we need to proceed with getting you discharged.
Well, ma'am, I will. That is something that I think I'll have to request. If I'll be discharged, then it has to be done through something that I will appeal. Because part of what I'm accusing, or not accusing, but part of what I'm alleging is that the very situation I'm in right now is based on my military affiliations. I did something out of my own goodwill, working with a recruiter, which I've always done, and that was what prompted all these things. In that.
And I'm not saying it's not true, sir. All I'm telling you is that I need this evaluation done, and now you have left the state, so therefore I'm unable to get this evaluation done. And we've been talking about getting this evaluation done for months now. Ever since you left the country, you came back, we scheduled the evaluation, you didn't want to do it in there, so,
ma'am, what am I supposed to do, ma'am, if the very police are breaking into my house, drawing guns at me, which would be the very second time that such a thing will happen? And the fact that I've also gone to jail for 2 days, and the very premise on which these allegations of my mental health are based on is from an institution.
That's why I need that evaluation.
And I'm not saying I'm not going to do it.
But sir, we have tried to schedule this too many times for you. We're no longer going to do this. I'm done. I've already given you an opportunity to get it done. You have not gotten it done. You keep telling me you're going to do it. I'm not going to hold on any longer. I'm going to do a show cards packet. You will receive it once I get your address, and we're going going to put you in. If I don't hear from you and get an address, I'm still going to get you discharged because the military is not where I'm going to keep you.
What is my rights, ma'am? What will be my rights? In that case,
your rights is if you're not doing what you're being ordered to do, you have no rights. You relinquish your rights when you don't do what I tell you to do.
Ma'am, I'm with all respect, I disagree. Then you
can disagree, sir. I'm not telling you can't disagree. You have every right to disagree.
Okay.
I'm only telling you the course of actions that I have to take at this point.
Okay. And what are the options that I have, ma'am? Can I speak to JAG at this point?
The only option is to make that evaluation. You can contact JAG, but your only option is to make that evaluation.
Well,
because if you're telling me all these things,
I'm not saying I can't make the evaluation, ma'am. I'm just saying that the location is not what I find appropriate at this point in time. I've just told you what happened.
This is a military facility, sir. There's no one there can hurt you at this military facility.
I'm not saying that, but I'm not physically in Missouri. I am physically...
Not anymore, but you were.
Well, I was when we were talking about this thing, and this traumatic event happened again.
Okay, well, I do appreciate you calling us, and I'm sorry that this incident happened to you with the police. I really do think you need to contact, an attorney to get someone to defend you against these actions that appear to be illegal. I think you need to talk to someone about that, preferably a lawyer is what you're going to need at this point. And so I have to proceed on the military side that if you have not met the obligations that we have requested you to do, then we're going to have to go ahead with the packet to get you show cards as being non-responsive and being a no-show to an appointment.
Well, like I said, with all due respect, I respect what you're saying, and I respect you as my commander. However, I do disagree with this, and all I'm just asking for is whatever action that I can take on my part to at least tell my story.
You can contact the nearest military facility you can find and go talk to a JAG, an SJA, a JAG officer, and tell them your story. You can contact, you're up in Maryland, there are reserve units and things around there. You can go in there and let them know you want to talk to someone in the JAG office.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay? All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay.